Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're unpacking something incredibly radical. We are looking at a complete top-to-bottom blueprint for human existence. Just to set the stage here, all the video and audio content we're analyzing today comes directly from the founder of LifeChain, Xu Feng. So whether you've been following his teachings for years or this is literally your first time hearing the name, get ready. This is a framework that promises to completely overhaul civilization as we know it. So let's just jump right in and unravel the pillars of this proposed second home model.
Okay, let's dive into this. April 18th, 2009. Because to really understand this movement, we have to start right here. What actually happened on this day? Well, according to Xu Feng, a group gathered in Taiwan, China. And allegedly, this gathering opened the curtain on a completely new era for humanity. In fact, this date is so absolutely crucial to the ideology that they just referred to it as 418. It's seen as the spark for everything that follows.
Section 1. The meaning of 418.
So this philosophy maps out a really specific timeline. As you can see, it all kicks off with that 2009 gathering. From there, the text points to a 14-year period of intense practice and development by a group known as the Chenyuan Celestials. Fast forward to 2023, and this incubation period supposedly gave birth to a highly refined, brand new mode of production and life. And the ultimate goal? It's huge. The aim is to turn Earth into a literal paradise for the next 1,000 years. But, and this is a big but, achieving this utopian vision requires completely dismantling society as we know it today.
Section 2. Rethinking Family and Care.
Right, so to get to this 1,000-year utopia, Xu Feng's manifesto takes our most intimate, foundational social structures and just radically deconstructs them. In his second home model, marriage and the traditional family unit, they don't just, evolve. They disappear entirely. The source material explicitly states that they fade away as a, quote, historical form of life. And what replaces them? A completely collectivized, communal structure. Basically, everything becomes communal.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the immediate ripple effect this has. If the family unit is gone, who raises the kids, right? Well, the text outlines that children are no longer the responsibility of their biological parents. Instead, they're viewed as the commonwealth of all humanity. From the time they're weaned at around 3 years old, all the way through university, they're raised communally. They're nurtured by experienced individuals and, crucially, heavily assisted by AI.
And it goes the other way too. It's not just the beginning of life that gets a total rewrite. The end of life is transformed as well. In this blueprint, independent nursing homes completely disappear. Adult children, they're no longer burdened with caring for their aging parents. Instead, elder care is just completely absorbed by the society as a whole. It's seamlessly woven into this collective life shared by all generations.
Section 3. A borderless, cashless world.
So zoom out with me for a second. Just as the family disappears, so does the country. The text argues that the sovereign nation-state has basically completed its historical mission. It's obsolete now. So replacing borders and individual governments is a single, unified global management model, and it's run by strong artificial intelligence. With nation-states completely dissolved, humanity supposedly enters this era of highly orderly but entirely free global migration. You literally go wherever you want, safely managed by AI.
Now, if there are no countries, there's obviously no national currency. Dollars, euros, yen, gone. They all vanish. They're replaced by what the source material calls F-coin. But don't think of F-coin as money you just hoard in a bank account. Actually, scratch that. It's not a traditional currency at all. It's a system that directly reflects your personal value contribution to society. It's basically a metric of what you've given back to the collective.
And building right on top of that, the entire concept of ownership gets totally upended. You can say goodbye to your mortgage, your car keys, the whole shebang. Private ownership is 100% eliminated. According to Xu Feng's teachings, all resources, whether that's land, food, technology, materials, they belong to all of humanity in a system of absolute shared common resources.
And this massive, sweeping societal shift, it extends straight into the spiritual realm too. The text mandates that traditional religion simply fades from the historical stage. All religious doctrines, all the rituals from every faith, they're entirely replaced by a single unifying framework called Natural Tao. This is positioned as the final crystallization of all the teachings from past saints and sages.
Let's move to Section 4 and see how this builds, the role of AI and the new society.
So in our modern world, we obviously have a lot of anxiety right now about artificial intelligence. People worry it's going to eliminate jobs or even, wipe out humanity itself. But Xu Feng addresses this fear head-on.
He asserts, and I quote, "Robots will become the best assistants to bring benefits to humans." So in this blueprint, AI isn't a threat at all. It's framed as this predetermined tool designed to let humans just enjoy life while the robots do all the heavy lifting.
But wait, who's really in charge of all this? Here is a massive spiritual twist directly from the source text. While strong AI is handling the day-to-day global management, Earth and humans themselves are ultimately under the care of, quote, life forms that are more advanced than humans. So it implies there's this grand cosmic hierarchy overseeing the entire transition.
Under this advanced cosmic guidance, human interaction completely flips. Traditional authority figures just vanish. As the text says, service replaces management. Your dedication to the collective becomes the absolute only standard for measuring your personal character. It's the only metric that matters. And in return for that dedication, the blueprint claims that absolutely everyone will be guaranteed a role, food, shelter, and entertainment.
And this brilliantly illustrates the utopian outcome Zhu Feng is actually promising. Because private property is gone, and because dedication is literally the only metric for value, the text claims a whole list of things will just disappear entirely. Theft, robbery, deception, corruption, competition, fighting, and even war. Without the intense pressures and scarcity of the old world, humanity supposedly enters this era of completely harmonious coexistence, blessed with just abundant resources.
Section 5. The 1,000-Year Choice.
Now, Zhu Feng doesn't just present this as some abstract thought experiment. It's framed as an immediate, very real ultimatum based on those 14 years of developing the model. On one side, you have the choice to embrace the new way. If you want shared resources and this AI-managed global harmony, you're urged to enter the second home. But on the other side, continue the current path. And the text warns that stubbornly sticking to our traditional way of life is inevitably going to lead to anxiety, disappointment, and hopelessness as the old world crumbles.
Which leaves us with a really profound question to think about. What aspects of traditional society would you be willing to sacrifice for this proposed harmony? I mean, Zhu Feng's vision promises a world totally free of war and poverty. But the price of admission? It's the complete surrender of private property, national borders, traditional marriage, and even the right to raise your own children. It is literally the ultimate trade-off between individual autonomy and structured communal harmony. Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating source material with me today on The Explainer. Keep analyzing, keep questioning, and I'll catch you next time.